Welcome back to Tales of Yavard. We are a Mythcraft TTRPG podcast, and this is our first campaign, The Sea's Tale. I am Corey Griffin, and I am our Mythcrafter. With me today, I have Kobe.
Hey, it's Kobe, and I'm playing Lesh.
Jesse.
Hey, I'm Jesse, and I'm playing Shiro King.
Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam, and I'm playing Goraan Stormclaw.
And last but not least, we got Joey.
What's going on, guys? I'm playing Larissa Builds. Hey guys, Badger here. Just wanted to give a shout out for our very first sponsor, Baron of Dice. Baron of Dice is your one-stop shop for premium wargaming and fantasy dice. All their dice are hand-mixed with premium resin and colored dyes, then poured into a silicone mold before being laser engraved with one of many wicked symbols, and lastly finished in a matte or gloss polish to achieve a near-perfect result every time. With these dice, there are no balancing issues, micro bubbles, or mold lines, and I can tell you firsthand because I own several sets, that you can literally feel and hear the difference with their dice. Now whether it's war games or TTRPGs, whatever your team may be, they're ready to elevate your game. On the last time of Tales of Yavard, the crew got together and made a game plan for what to do now. They returned back to the city, split the party, some said their goodbyes, and now we see what happens next.
So we are going to follow the Iron Fist prison crew. We are going to kind of zoom in on them as they're approaching these large towering fences and this humongous dominating building. As some of them have been in here before, the others, well, Larissa has walked by this her entire life and never been in here. The walls that surround the main part of the prison are not necessarily thick. They are thinner walls that encompass all of it. But then there are thicker walls on the inside of where they actually kept the prisoners, that there are sporadically guards that seem to be standing up, watching out and about. As you look at it some more, you also take notice of, like, this is a prison. It is meant to keep the people outside of it, and the people in it. How are you all going to go about this?
You know? No fucking clue over here.
Whole mood.
I could dig a tunnel.
Can you actually?
Not a bad idea.
I
Well-
have an ant left.
I worry about that because I'm pretty sure wasn't some of it underground.
Uh-huh.
I feel like you'll run into some thicker walls. I don't know if they. Well, yeah, I don't know if they'd go through stone.
So, the two of you, as she addresses Goraan and Lesh, y'all have worked with Usuri the longest. What exactly is our goal for going to the prison? I imagine we're obviously liberating those who are wrongly accused. But if I understand, he didn't want to just free actual criminals. So what is our goal?
The warden, I believe. And the forces loyal to Mason here. If I understand correctly.
I mean, yeah, it's, my beef here is with the warden himself. And just the people around him that are corrupt. They do heinous things in the prison. So I just want to mainly put a stop to that and hopefully put someone rightfully in charge to have a prison system that isn't disgusting and shaking people half to death.
Agreed. I think my understanding of the situation was to root out the corruption.
Understood. So our target is the warden and his lackeys. So knowing that, how are we going to get inside?
Well, I could always build a tunnel. I have a one ant left in my book, I think, that I could summon.
Getting myself in would be very easy. I could climb my way in there with no problem, but I'm not so sure about getting the whole group in.
If we did tunnel in, would the tunnel be able to hold up as we travel through it?
That is a good question. I've only really used it to build out the little hidey hole we had used before. I bet there's some structural integrity problems, obviously, that we might come into. But we're just trying to get in and not get out. I mean, once we're getting rid of the things, we probably walk out the door. But if not, I don't know about an escape route with it. Yes. Yeah. So no, I can't make promises one way or the other, truthfully. Kind of talking out of my ass. I just want to dig a hole.
Well, there's at least one idea. Goraan, do you have any?
This sort of thing is a bit outside of my realm of experience, if I'm being fully honest.
And for what it's worth, just like Shiro, I could also easily get over the wall. Myself, however, I fear my friends won't be as lucky. So I would rather find a way accommodating for them.
Shiro and Larissa, give me an intellect check.
Can I give you astrology?
No,
Arcana.
no.
History.
I'll take history.
Sleight of hand, evading,
9.
wood carving. 17.
It makes a little bit of sense that Shiro would know this and Larissa wouldn't. But Shiro, you know that every day at about noon, there will be a shipment of food and supplies that will come through here. You also have a rough idea of the path that it will take. So, Shiro, you know that.
Well, there is the option of what if we snuck in with the supply truck cart?
How difficult would something like that be? Do we know when the next cut is coming, or do we?
Oh yeah, they come in the same time, just about every day. And I can even show you a little bit of where it comes through.
By the way, it is about, let's see, you guys got moving. It's around 6 to get here. It takes about 4 hours to get here. It's probably like right around 10:30, 11 o'clock.
And you said noon, right? That it comes through.
Yep.
Matter of fact, the supplies should be coming in about an hour and a half. We could find our way to it and either commandeer it and take their place or sneak aboard it, maybe.
No. Do you know if it is always the same person making these deliveries?
I don't believe so.
If it is the same person or same people, it might be hard to convince them to let one of us guiding the wagon in, and I'd rather not hold anyone hostage.
I think with a group like this, well, before I say that, um, is this just like a cart or a wagon that comes through with this stuff?
It is like a covered wagon that comes through.
Would it
Normally,
be like
two
an
people.
armored covered wagon or just a kind of typical supply wagon?
I'm thinking it's more
Like, is this a guarded transport?
other than the two people that are normally driving the cart. They may have other individuals inside it. It's not normally like accompanied because that just slows
Okay.
down the cart.
Yeah.
But you would know that they're, especially with the 17, like it's not always the same people. It's not always the same number of people. Other than the fact that there's always two in front.
Okay.
But there
I
are normally people in the back as well.
I don't think we should have to hold them hostage so much as just remove them from the cart and do our thing.
I'm not against this.
It seems to be the most viable option we've...
If I had the coin, I'd say we could probably bribe them, but I personally, I don't have much.
How much do you think it would cost?
I have no way of knowing. I can't imagine it would be too much. It's to just take a day off of work, you know? Would I know how susceptible people on this wagon might be to bribery as a criminal?
It's Maev. Extremely. Like
Yeah.
you guys bribed your way in here into Maev.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say
fair.
Lesh and Goraan have even seen
I can't remember how much it cost us.
400
Ugh.
per, I think.
But these aren't even guards per se. Guards cost. These are just delivery people.
Also, for what it's worth, Larissa has the fuck is my inventory? 314 silver.
Damn.
I think perhaps enticing them to take some time off might be our best method of getting in.
I'm not against that in the slightest. Though, do we have anybody who hasn't been in jail to be the one to go through the front? Because I think most of us would be pretty noticeable.
Yeah.
So who, maybe we pay them to just not know we're in the back. We tell them that we snuck in. We sneak out when they go in, so they are not a risk, but also still able to drive us in, because most of our faces are well known. And Larissa's is maybe not the most inviting. I mean, no harm, but you'd be new, and you're very new to a lot of people, to say the least.
He just shrugs. Like, Lesh is not wrong.
And again, I mean, no harm. I am happy to have you around. You're badass as fuck. A little bit scary, yes. And we do not need that at this intersection of choices.
She would then give you, when you call her badass as fuck, she would like give you like a toothy grin, but like definitely emphasizing her fangs.
Alright, so then we pay them to bring us in.
Yes, this sounds very easy. Yeah.
I have a little bit of silver on me myself, but yes, do it.
Do you know, Shiro, if the wagon is searched at the gate?
Do I know if the wagon is searched at the gate?
It is not.
I worry that we will reach there.
Is as far as I know, it doesn't get searched. I mean, I've never been in the back of it before, but I assume it's not.
Alright then, I don't see any glaring issues with this plan at the moment that we can't overcome.
So with this hour and a half downtime, can we have another recoup?
I don't get
Well,
anything.
Yeah. Can I? Because I'm at 12 HP.
One, I don't think you guys are gonna like hit them up right outside the gate.
No, we're gonna travel a little bit away.
But I will say it'll be about an hour before they come through. So if you have things that would come back on a recoup, I will take it.
What about fundamental recovery?
Okay.
That's mostly what I was after, was trying to get some more spell points.
Right.
Because that's all I get back on a recoup.
Unfortunately, I only get 3 health for that because I can't come out of bloody. But I'm at 15. 15's better than 12.
Nah.
As long as you'll let me do fundamental recovery again, it's another 5 SP.
Yep. I don't mind it. So this cart starts drawing nearer. It is pulled by not 1, not 2, but a team of 4 ox. It is probably like 50 to 60 feet long and like 10 feet wide. How are you all approaching this cart or making it stop?
I'm leaving it up to Shiro and expecting him to do something cool.
Oh, thanks.
Well, so if Shiro does decide to do any like banditry nonsense, you have Grifton and Tyberos who will stand behind you intimidatingly.
Yeah, this is not his style at all. He's more the
Menacing.
not be noticed criminal.
I mean, if like Goraan sees like people hesitating and stuff, he'll just walk in front of the cart.
Yeah, if nothing cool happening, Lesh will also join in being.
Yeah, because the best thing I could do for Shiro would be to like drop down on it when it passed underneath something or something along those lines and sneak into it. But sneaking into it's not really what he needs to do at the moment.
And we're gonna do this. We're gonna try and do this somewhere that's a little isolated, at least, where there's not like a lot of people around.
Yeah, I was assuming that you guys weren't doing this like in the main thoroughfare.
Want to make sure it was said.
Yeah, I would like to, if possible, give us intuition as we're walking up to whoever's going to actually make the check for it. I assume it will be Lesh if we're doing persuading, since I'm assuming we'll have Goraan help with the moolah.
And I propose this.
Go ahead.
Tyberos stands in the middle of the road, sword, like just like Usuri does with his anchor, where he's kind of resting on it. Tyberos is sitting there, or standing there in the middle of the road, and then just puts a hand out to stop. And if possible, I would like to have a menacing check.
I mean, sure. To see if it stops, sure.
Okay. And then would I get the intuition from Lesh?
I would wait on that to confirm letting us get into the car is what Lesh is going to try to use that on.
All right, so we're gonna see how this menacing checks works. It's 2 plus, it's plus 5 total, so 10.
I mean, it's enough to stop the cart.
Good enough.
They stop. The ox start like stomping on the ground in front of it, in front of Tyberos, and I'm assuming Lesh is approaching the driver.
Yeah, Lesh is going to approach the driver's side with Goraan in tow.
Yep, Goraan will be behind them.
Hello, my friends. How are we doing today?
I mean, if I'm being darn honest with you, it ain't going all that great, but things just been going all kinds of crazy today. Like, they're really pushing. They wanted us to bring fucking 6 people today. What you want?
we might be able to make a crazy day a little bit nicer on your end. Maybe a little crazier, but they're still a little bit nicer. You see, me and my friends, we are trying to get into the prison. But you have some money to give to let us sneak into the back of your cart as it goes into the prison. And, you have to be none the wiser. Just pockets a little heavier. And we'll just get in the back of your cart here. And if they catch us, it's up. We'll say we snuck in along the road, and you wouldn't have known how we got in. We are quite a sneaky bunch. We're just trying to make it more civil, to say, instead of having to be violent about it. So, not with you, but the guards and stuff.
Yeah, give me that charisma roll.
Can you be persuading?
Yep.
Lesh doesn't lie. He's blatantly honest. I can give you that for say.
No, Larissa wouldn't help. She's probably just standing
Do I
there
get
with her
any
hood on.
TA for Goraan? The teddy bear behind me with the sack of money being like,
Yes, I'll give you 1 TA.
What about additional TA for the muscle that they have between Tiberos and Griffin?
Yeah, I'll give you 1 more.
Yeah!
And
Okay,
what
so
about
this-
Shiro?
Hold on, I don't know. We may not want to push. We may not want to push.
Can I roll my intuition first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So that's the 1 on the intuition. This roll would be +3, including the intuition.
Okay.
Not include. No, be plus. Yeah, +3. Okay.
17.
So that's a 20 plus 3. So that is a 23 persuading from Lesh.
So you watch as he counts everyone up. Right? And he's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you watch him look in the back. He looks at you all and he's like 75 silver pieces.
Oh, Lesh will be like, oh, I got that myself. Yeah, no worries. And he's gonna reach into his own little pouch and be like, yeah, here you go, and give him 80 and be like, 5. Get yourself a little nice snack on the way out. You deserve it.
And you see him look into the back of the cart and you just hear, y'all are fired. I just hired new people on. Much cheaper. Get the fuck off my cart.
It's so funny.
Nice.
And you would hear a bunch of grumbling as some people start getting off the back of the cart in like super ripped up shirts and like super patched up pants and stuff like that.
Shiro would give them each 5 SC just for the time you spent so far.
There is 6 of them.
Alright, fine. That's only 30.
I am letting you know how much silver coin to get take out.
Yeah.
They're not grumbling as much now.
I don't want any hard feelings.
And then you're able to get on this wagon. Wait, there's 7 of you in total, aren't there? I don't think it really matters.
Shiro's tiny. He could fit in a bag.
Right. Just
You could hide in one of the sets of armor.
I love that.
are you guys going through what these supplies are, or just kind of chilling on your half-hour trip?
I mean, I'd take a look at them.
Half hour, you say? So I'm gonna spend 30 minutes playing. Larissa's gonna play her mini dulcimer for 30 minutes, and is effectively casting Jump of the War Gods.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Not knowing what's going on, Shiro's gonna play his harmonica.
Lesh is also gonna join in with his violin.
Just a full musical accompaniment. Okay.
And it's perfect too because it says you and up to 6 willing creatures. That's 7. There's 7 of us.
The scavenging check that we got is a 26.
Yep.
So as you start digging through here, you find a lot of like linen, probably unsurprisingly. You also find there's not a lot of armor, right? Most of the guards are already armed in armor, right? But you do find some very interesting things as you start digging through here. You find a couple knives that definitely look like they were not meant to be coming through here. Like they might be like tucked into, say, some linens and stuff like that. You find a super fine black powder that you're not sure what it is.
I would like to take a look at it, just see if I know what it is with like an check.
Anybody know what this powder is?
Yeah, give me an intellect check. Lesh, you know what this is. This is fucking black powder.
Oh,
Bet.
Like, you know what this is. You have it on the ship. It's black powder.
how much is it? Like how much of it?
As Shiro digs through and finds all of the little stashes of black powder, all in all, you will find a grand total of about 150 milligrams.
Awesome.
How
Into
do
the bag
we
it goes.
bombs in Mythcraft?
You will find probably 2 sets of armor should anyone want to try and steal that. And when I say a set of armor, I am going to say, so you'll find like 1 set of splint mail and a set of braided mail. Both of which also have a kite shield with them.
No one else wants them, I'll put them in the bag.
Do they seem significant?
Other than the fact that it's free armor for anyone that wants to take it. No.
Do you mind if Grifton takes one of the kite shields? It would be an upgrade from the buckler.
I have no problem with it.
And perhaps we can give one of the sets of armor to Bodvar when we see him again.
Yes, I can put them in my bottomless bag for now, and then when we see the small people, we can equip them.
But yeah, so you all will. I don't know if you all are gonna. What all that stuff y'all are gonna keep.
All the black powder.
Yeah, and I have the black powder, I have the kite shield, I have split mail and branded mail inventory right now.
I'd keep the knives. It's not really Shiro's stat.
And that is everything of significance that you find. You also find a couple letters, but unless you're going to start ripping them open and reading them, then they're not that important. You all will eventually get to a gate where the cart will come to a stop. You'll hear a bit of a conversation between the guard and the guy driving the cart. You will take notice that a guard will walk around the back and look at Tyboros and everyone in here and just give a nod, like, okay, yes, they did actually like provide with the right amount of people that they were supposed to, and then keep walking. He's not actually searching anything, and then he will eventually take you. The cart will move forward and move into a stables, and when that happens, you all would take notice. The guy's going to say, all right, this is where we normally what we do is we supervise the unloading. So yeah, and you would all see prisoners come out and start unloading the cart. Lesh, Shiro, and Goraan. I'll take awareness or intellect checks.
Would perceiving?
Yeah, I'll take perceiving.
Would you take intuiting or investigating?
I'll take investigating.
I don't think I have any skills that I could use here.
That is a 16 for Lesh.
17 for Shiro.
Only an 8 awareness for Goraan.
Lesh, you notice a small Brunei hop into the back of the wagon. This is someone that you recognize from before.
Oh.
You didn't have an interaction with them, but you do recognize them. It was a prisoner that you had seen that walked past your door.
Okay, yeah. Lesh is gonna make 0 remarks to that whatsoever.
Shiro, you notice a lot of these people are looking for those things that you guys had taken. Like, they might be given linen, and you remember pulling one of the containers of black powder out of this stack, and you watch him slip his hand in and then get an almost pale looking look on his face before he
Interesting.
walks away
They're
with it.
planning something.
Okay.
Goraan, sadly, you don't take notice of any of this.
Nope.
If, those people move on a bit so they're not directly close to it, Shiro would probably...
I mean, there's probably like 15 people that come to help unload this wagon, right?
Yeah.
That Brunei that hopped up into it just hands things down to the people that walk up. So,
Okay. And he's the one... So, would I be able to extrapolate from that he's the one directing certain items to certain people that would be expecting certain things to be in those certain items?
yes.
Okay.
All of you would also notice that while their hands are not shackled, their feet are.
Yeah.
So, like, they can walk, but if they were to try to run, they would get fucked up.
How approachable does that Brunei seem to be?
Kind of like no one seems to really be approaching them, right? But he's talking, he's directing. He would conversate if you conversate, if that makes sense. Something all of you would notice, though, there are no guards specifically in here. They are expecting you all to perform that act of guarding.
Yeah, I would. Shiro would approach the Brunei. I'm trying to think of how I would go about just casually insinuating that he's a criminal. You seem to be directing certain things certain ways. What's the scam?
He looks you up and down, which is mostly down from his high perch, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, what scam? There's no scam going on here.
You don't have to play that game with me. I'm a player of that particular game myself. Any chance I would recognize this guy?
I mean, there's a chance. It's a slim chance because he was kept in a different block, but there's a chance. So I'll take a luck check.
Luck check? Cool. That's a good one. Not a good dice roll, though. 11.
I mean, I was good for a 50-50 chance, so...
Oh, yeah.
You do recognize him as someone that you had seen in the yard when the shaker incident happened. So what are you trying to tell me, huh?
I'll be honest with you. We have our own thing going here as well. I don't want to interfere with what you've got going on. I just whatever it is you're doing, we also have something that we're here to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What are you trying to say? Speak plainly, please. It's not like Tabby or Ro here are gonna talk shit. They're the ones that stink my shit in. What do you want? Everyone at this point has stopped moving and is looking at you.
I'm just curious what you need all the black powder for.
How else do you make a bomb?
Fair enough.
What do you want?
Can Goraan hear this?
Oh yeah, everyone can hear this.
I guess my question is this: we have a very specific goal here, and I'm assuming a bomb in prison is a way to get out. Yes.
Yes.
What if there was a better way?
I'd be interested in it.
Well, then perhaps we can work together, because our goal here involves liberating, well, not everybody. There's some people we don't need out, but
I mean, I'm looking at just liberating me and my crew, so
well, we're looking at removing the warden.
what
After
you
that,
need.
we plan to walk out.
Okay.
You could come with us.
What is it that you're wanting out of us? What do you want right now? You're offering me escape. I have plans. I will escape. What are you offering, and what do you want?
I'm offering a less explosive way out, and what I want in return is you seem like you have good placement of your crew in this area. If you've got, your whole crew working in this area, certainly you've arranged things to make that happen, which means you could make our trip involving the warden a bit easier.
You want me to get you to the warden?
Yes.
Spoken plainly, I can do that. I can do that easily. What is it you're giving me? And stop using flowery words. What are you giving me?
Other than an alibi, your hands would remain clean.
My hands haven't been clean since I was 6 years old and had to strangle my brother to survive. So that's not really helping me out all that much.
And Goraan exits the conversation.
What are you giving me that is an easier way out? You've yet to actually tell me what your plan is to get me out. Me and my crew out.
Well, out of character, we haven't really made a plan, so it's hard to really answer that question.
Out of character. When do in character we ever make plans?
Yeah, no kidding.
Skeletons.
I was gonna say they could probably get a ride with this dude, assuming no one's gonna pay much attention to them leaving. Once we make our very loud first move against the warden specifically, they could probably just ride out of here once the chaos starts up.
So what you're offering is 6 of them take your all's place.
Yeah.
As a ride out.
In the best way I can word it is in the chaos
Let us know where their
that
bomb
we're
is.
going to cause. You could take our place and leave on the supply cart without anybody noticing. I assume the guards will be very busy watching.
Yeah, I don't hate it. So, you're going to trade us spot. You're going to be here, we're going to leave. And when the guards come in to escort you back to your cell, you're just going to take them out because you're fully armed. Is that what I'm hearing?
What part of that gets us to the warden?
Easy. I have more than 6 people in my crew. I'll send out 6. I'll stay behind. But Lucky and Junior, they don't deserve to be here. They're here pretty much based on my crimes. Sig, Roy, yeah, petty theft, whatever. Rocky, Thunder, yeah, they like to brawl a little bit, and that's why they're in. You take those 6 out, and I'll help you get to the warden.
That seems like a win-win situation. As long as none of you are murderers, then I think we can work this out.
Hey, I think it sounds fine to me. I don't have any plan. I want to truthfully get rid of that warden and destroy that stupid fucking machine. So I don't have to think about it anymore.
This would expedite things quite a bit for us.
Well, it sounds like we are all in agreement that this seems to be a fair trade. Plus, I don't really want to give them back the black powder.
Yeah, I'd rather not give these guys a bomb or the ability to make a bomb.
Yeah.
I'm alright with doing this without making such a mess. Because where a bomb comes more escapees, and I would rather not release.
Bombs are like the definition of collateral damage. That's just, we don't need it. They don't need it, and it'll be a lot funner if we have that later.
The Brunei will look down at Shiro and will say, I know you guys are specifically going after Menmore, but I also want to see you guys take out Thrash.
If they are corrupt, pointed in the direction, and that is our duty here to take them out.
I mean,
Do you think one would be more dangerous than the other, or easier to take out, if you know what I mean? Or if we had to pick an order to do so, what would you recommend?
Thrash is probably stronger. Menmore is crazy.
I did gather that much. Okay. So, if
In
is
my
he?
experience, crazy is usually more dangerous, but who knows?
Shiro, you know who Thrash is. That is that trollkin from when you guys were in the prison.
Ah, yeah. Yes, I remember this Thrash. I have no problem with taking him out. He is unnecessarily cruel.
So, and he starts handing things back out. And more people start looking for their stuff. And again, they're not finding it and being concerned about it. We have a deal. I will get you to the warden. And my boys will hide you until we can do that. In exchange, you're going to take my 6 newest members and get them out of here. That being said, if you had a choice, would you prefer to fight them together or apart?
I would ask that of our magic user, whoever load, so to say. What would you rather do? Do you want to get them together so we can do maybe the tangle of brambles and all the things you do at the same time, my friend Goraan? Instead of having, I don't know how you're feeling on that magic use.
I would rather... In terms of magic, I feel fine. I can conjure quite a bit of primal power.
And I mean, if we have the to spare, we could then put it over the 2 fights and just, jump them, I do like to. I like the odds: 4-on-1 or 7-on-1 twice instead of 7-on-2. I do feel like that's more in our odds if we have the juice to last that long.
I'm also concerned about our physical well-being.
I mean, yes, I am in quite a bit of pain still, but don't really have much I can do about that at the moment. Maybe we could do the turn to the Brunei. Is there any sort of places we could ransack or stuff along the way? A medical bay, security room.
I mean, the infirmary is on the other side from where we're at, and the office. It's where I would take you to fight Menmore.
I say we do it and get it over with quickly.
Now, would you prefer to me have Thresh join you all in the supply room? I'm just saying, like, it's gonna be easier to keep it quiet if you're doing them individual, one and then the other, for me to just have Thresh go inside the supply room and then me and the boys block the door. You all take care of him.
Yes, this is perfect. That's a very good thing. I like this.
All right. He points it to, like I said, since you guys came to an agreement, they started unloading again. He picks something up and seems to offer it down to Shiro.
Yeah, I mean, you can reach out for it, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's just some like linen and stuff like that. And he's like, if you all will just follow the line, and when you get into the supply room, don't come back out.
Perfect.
And the first person that comes in will be Thresh. Well, the first person that's not one of us, we'll direct Thresh to you. He's expecting a shipment anyway.
All right.
Sounds like we have a plan.
If this works for everybody else, then yes, I'm good to go.
All right. And you all would take notice that there's two entrances into this sort of stable area that you're in. One of them would go into like the main corridor. The other one seems to go directly into the supply room. And you walk in there, you place the things down where they tell you, and then they just continue to do what they do. After, 20 minutes or so, you all see the Brunei again, and he just says, all right, we're done unloading. The next person who walks in through that door will be Thresh. Should only take him about 10 minutes. I'm going to go talk to him. If you all want to get ready, I'll send him in.
Will do. I appreciate your help.
I appreciate you all getting them out. And then he leaves, followed by the other prisoners.
As soon as the door's closed, Shiro's gonna scamper up the wall and just kind of hang out above the door with the plan to jump on the dude from behind as soon as he comes in the door.
Okay. Any particular prep or setup from the rest of you?
Goraan is going to wonder if this is perhaps a setup, but acknowledge that we are in far too deep for it to matter now, and just sort of stand away from away from the door a little bit.
Yeah, I had that thought too, but voice it.
I also had the same thought.
Joby, any setup for Lesh?
No.
Larissa?
So I can't cast Shadow Armor again because we didn't rest.
Mm-hmm.
What about...
You also know that he said it'd be like 10 minutes.
Okay. So then what I'll do is take this 10 minutes to cast Adept on Larissa for 4. She's going to give herself spines and a prehensile tail. And then she's also going to take the buckler that she traded with Grifton for the kite shield and probably just put it on her prehensile tail. Use it as a shield.
Okay.
And then we have Drums of the War God going.
Yeah.
Because that is per recoup, so.
It's like 2, maybe 5 minutes after Larissa gets done casting these rituals on herself. The door will open. And as you all look at the door, you see this large hulking trollkin. Hands that, arms that are particularly long, and these these tusks that are almost like the length of like a knife. And he will look at you all, seeing most of you in there, and be like, "What the fuck?" and go to turn around, only then to notice that these 2 prisoners that had walked with him down there, one of them is an Urkow, another one is a Hondu, both just shove him in the back, pushing him into this supply room, and then close the door behind him. And that is where we're going to end this episode.
Thank you for listening to episode 50 of the podcast. We hope you enjoyed listening, and we would absolutely love it if you'd let us know. Catch us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, and probably TikTok under Tales of Yavard Podcast. That's Y''VARD. We have links to the link tree are in the episode description. If you really enjoyed the episode, give us a rating on whatever podcatcher you're using. Tell your friends and spread the word.